Hey everybody!
Hey guys!
How are you? We're here live. Bianca's with us.
We're ready.
You ready to make some pasta
We're
alla
gonna
Norma?
make pasta alla Norma.
Okay.
I'm very hungry. We haven't had lunch today.
We'll try not to go too fast.
That bagel though was very good.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey,
You ready?
Luigi. Okay.
Hey Luigi.
Well, wait. Let's wait if there's anybody else coming on board. There's only one view. One. Yeah, see that's one person.
We need to get going.
Nah. Wait. It's okay. Luigi get away. Luigi.
John Lass is watching.
John is coming. Yeah.
Colette's
There you
watching.
go. Hey guys.
I think we should get going.
Okay.
All right.
We'll get going then. Okay, so first thing, okay, so this is a typical, actually, we'll talk about that later.
Luigi.
Tomato
I
sauce.
think you should explain it.
I think we can explain it while we cook it is better.
Okay.
We're gonna have some time later.
Okay.
So this is a 20-minute dish, 25-minute max from start to finish, okay? And is what is the most typical pasta in Sicily. Okay, let's start with the tomato sauce. Always make tomato sauce, okay?
I see
Tomato
Kathy.
sauce, we're just gonna do 2 cloves of garlic, okay? Well, let's peel it. You guys peel it if you're cooking with me. I'm just gonna use one, it's fine. You're just gonna cook tomato for 2 people. It's gonna be for
Colette.
2 of us. Okay? Now,
Hey Kathy.
a little bit of olive oil. Now, I'm making tomato sauce here today. Normally I put in a pot like this. I put a little more
Like in a stock pot.
in a stock pot and then you can save it when it's cooked. I'm just gonna make enough for both of us. I just put about 2 spoons at the most of olive oil.
There's Carola. I saw that
Hey,
light.
Carola. Okay, so about medium fire, medium low. Okay. We got the garlic. You can add it right away. It's okay. It doesn't have to be hot.
Kathy's joining us from the East Coast on the late side. That's awesome.
So for the tomato sauce, hey Kathy, for the tomato sauce, and this is like the 3rd time I make it anyway. As well, we eat that like 5 times a week normally, nearly. I mean, pasta and tomato. So we make it all the time. But for the tomato sauce, it's just olive oil, a little bit of garlic, and then some good quality tomato sauce. Okay. The tomato that we buy, it never has anything in it. It just raw chopped tomatoes, strained tomato, or plum tomatoes. But try to be good quality. So in the plum tomatoes, we always get some Marcello. Okay.
Show that brand, babe, so they can see
This
it.
one, for me, is real Italian. I mean, my mom used to make for me all the time. It's a brand that it's very common in America. And most grocery store have it. So that's why I'm showing this. It doesn't have to be this. But it's definitely Italian, it's definitely accessible.
Luigi says puree. So there's 2
You can
different
do
things.
puree, chop,
or
peel. At the end,
whole.
you have to strain. At the end, whenever you put it, I'll show you. Because I peeled tomato tonight. So, see that? It's San Marzano. So we're going to put it there and we're going to break it in pieces. That's all. So it's the same thing at the end.
I need to shout out for a minute, babe. We got Valencia all the way from Australia.
Valencia.
Lisa
Hi, how are
Stennis,
you?
Carol
Hey,
Zimmerman,
Lisa. Okay.
Tammy. Oh, she sees your house slippers, Marcello.
I love it.
The chef
Well,
and house
what are we
slippers.
going to do? I mean,
What are you gonna do? We're in quarantine. We got the quarantine uniform.
okay, so the garlic is hot, warm. Let me cool down for 1 second.
A little tiny bit
Okay.
brown.
Just very little.
Hey Tim. Valencia, last time we saw you was on a street corner in Positano, I believe.
Hey guys. We got the plum tomato, right? Again, it could be in a different pot, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna break these tomatoes however you wanna break them.
Do you want the masher?
That's okay. We're on about medium fire, right now medium high maybe.
We love you too, Tim, and we miss you. Bummed about our live this year.
Okay. This is nice, very relaxing. See, you just crushing tomato. This is a good thing because it takes your mind out of your daily boring routine. Okay, so we're cooking a little bit. So all we're gonna add to tomato sauce is gonna be a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. Okay. Now, I mean a pinch, okay? Maybe a teaspoon or two, that's it. Not too much. Just get the, you guys know already, it's just the acidity of the tomato. We wanna try to mellow down the acidity of the tomato. Okay. A little bit of black pepper, if I find it. Yeah. No.
Uh-oh.
No black pepper.
Yeah, we have black pepper. I broke the grinder today. It's totally my fault.
Okay. Perfect.
So we're gonna use a different one. Cracked pepper.
Yeah, just a little bit anyway.
Just a little.
But this is all in it. This is all there is on tomato sauce, okay? Crush it a little more. Now he has to cook for about 20 minutes in 20 to 25 minutes max on medium. Medium high if you want, it's okay. You can get it hot and then you can lower it down a little bit.
Lisa, that was brown sugar because that's what he happened to have. But we usually use either raw sugar, white sugar, stevia we use sometimes. I use stevia always. It doesn't matter. Just a little of the sweetness to take off the acidity of the tomato.
Okay. Other thing, you have to cover it up, okay? So let's just cover it up and let it cook. So this is the tomato sauce. And this, guys always say, this is a tomato sauce, you can do anything with it. So you just have it like that with pasta, or you can add peas to it, it's great. Last 5 minutes, just add some peas, and just pasta, tomato, and peas. Or if you have ground beef, you cook it on the side, maybe you can mix it together and make somewhat kind of ragu, even though it's a different way of making it, but it can be a quick meal.
One of the things I like, I just want to stop you there for a sec because sometimes you just make that and put it in a jar in the fridge and we just have it for the week. And we
always have it for the week.
Yeah, Luigi says you can make pizza too, you can anything.
Eggs, oh, by the way, you can make, the tomato eggs.
Shakshuka?
Shakshuka, yeah, shakshuka. Tomato sauce, when it's already cooked, put it in a pan, drop 2 eggs in it, and you poach them.
It's delicious.
It's easy.
Yeah. And even if you're trying to go low carb, because we don't eat that as much pasta as we would like to, so sometimes we'll just do with zucchini zoodles. Lots of different ways. It's just a really great base to have.
Now, for Norma, what we do is we have eggplants, right? So eggplants, I just use one, already chopped in cubes. It's about, see that? Not to be perfect. 1 inch by 1 inch, something like that. So a few. Now, we can either take this and fry them, a little bit olive oil or a lot of oil, deep fry, whatever, and then you just drain them and you dry them a little bit. You can do fry them, but what we do, we're gonna air fry them because it's a little less oil, and I kind of like it. We discovered this air fryer, a couple of years ago, and we actually use it a lot. Now,
it's especially great, I think, with, sorry to interrupt, but I think it's really great with eggplant because eggplant can absorb so much of the oil that you really get a lot more than you're bargaining for.
So, all I'm going to put is about 1 spoon of olive oil, okay, and let them kind of coat instead of soak. Huh? See my English?
Ah, look at that English.
Goodness, so good at that. So, that's it, okay? So all we got, we got to,
Oops. We forgot to preheat the air fryer.
It's only 2 minutes. Couple of minutes get hot anyway. We'll be fine. Now, if you're cooking right now, so now you have the tomato sauce, maybe you're cutting the eggplants, that's fine, you can cut the eggplants, no big deal. Make sure you have a pot of water ready. That it stop boiling. Right now it's already boiling, but you can turn it on right now. Nice pot, because we're gonna put a pasta in there, right? So the pasta is gonna cook about 10 minutes. So the eggplants are gonna in the air fryer for 10 to about 15 minutes is gonna go in the air fryer.
So we're waiting for the air fryer to heat up a little bit. We got a couple of comments. Valencia, you love your air fryer too. Best thing ever. And now Luigi says he needs an air fryer.
You guys need an air fryer.
Need an air fryer. Babe, did you show about salting the pasta water, or will you do that just before?
I didn't do it yet.
Okay, so we'll show you before. That's a really important step that I never really knew before I met Marcello, about making sure water is nice and salty and no oil in the water.
By the way, this is what I'm doing is I forgot to pull the ricotta and make it look good. Okay, so for the pasta alla Norma, you can have either you should have the real way is with ricotta salata, okay? Now I don't have ricotta salata. I couldn't find it anywhere. So if you're not ricotta salata, you have Parmesan cheese, imported, Reggiano, whatever, and ricotta. I like with ricotta anyway because we're not gonna put a lot of ricotta. It's easy to find, but we're gonna put a few chunks on it in each pasta after it's finished with fresh basil. We're just gonna break a few leaves and put it. So now you can imagine what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be a Italian color, so it's gonna have the white pasta, the
and
red
cheese.
sauce and cheese, and the green basil, right?
Perfect.
Forza Italia.
Because Luigi is hinting for anybody who's viewing that it might be a good Christmas present for him. If anybody who's viewing wants to buy Luigi a Christmas present, he wants an air fryer.
Air fryer.
So babe, why don't you talk a little bit about this pasta and its significance, or
okay. Yeah, let me just put this.
This is a homegrown show, guys. There it goes. And how long does it go in there? About?
We'll look at about every 5 minutes. One thing with the air fryer. Every about 5 minutes, doesn't matter what you have, French fries or whatever you do with the kids. Every 5 minutes you have to move it, shake it. I shake it. So you shake it, you put it back. Usually about 15 minutes total. Okay. So our weight is 6:45 right now. So probably everything will be ready at 7. Okay, pretty much. We're gonna pasta. Oh, by the way, pasta. Today I found this pasta. We're gonna make penne. But you know what? This one, well, I'm not sure you can find the exact same one. It's from Napoli, so usually they have good pasta. But those are paccheri style, paccheri. So this is
Paccheri. Spelled Paccheri,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and there are lines in it. So I really liked it because with the tomato sauce, this is amazing. You usually don't find it easily.
Luigi, we are drinking. Join us. And also,
but otherwise you put penne.
Sorry.
You can put, it doesn't matter, you can put a lot of different pasta, but penne is very common, rigatoni, fusilli, it's okay. But if you have paccheri, I found it today, so sorry I changed it, but I'm gonna use that. So that is gonna take about 8 to 10 minutes.
I always like this delicious, different type of pastas. So quickly, Mona wants to know what temperature on the air fryer.
I max it, always keep it at the highest. This is, say, 400. But this is basically your air fry. You're supposed to fry it at oil. So this is the highest as you can get. It's not as quick as frying in regular oil. It's a little slower, but it does a good job. And I used it many times to do this dish and always came out really good. Now, we're saying about the...
I wanted you to talk about this pasta as it relates to Sicily, because I think this is an important Sicilian dish.
So, always mix it, guys. Don't forget the tomato sauce. Always give it a little mix once in a while.
So it should be looking right about now.
Good enough. We're just going to thicken up a little bit and reduce even more. Okay, so pasta Norma. But I'm not really the story about the pasta Norma. Should I start it? You guys can Google it.
No, just talk about your history.
But, okay, it's the most famous. I don't even say it's the most common. It is very common, but it's the most famous Sicilian pasta dish. Okay, so there's many versions. My mom used to always make it. Used to always fry eggplants, and used to make tomato sauce eggplants, but we never use the ricotta. Okay.
Only ricotta salata, or
This ricotta we use a caciocavallo, which is a very strong cheese similar to pecorino. Okay, so yeah, yes, definitely. You don't have to use ricotta if some people don't want it. Ricotta, you can just use Parmesan cheese, pecorino cheese. As long as you have the eggplants, the basil, the tomato sauce. That already
I
makes
have
a
to
huge
say
dish.
though, if I don't really like ricotta that much, it's not my favorite, but I think in this dish is very, very good.
We're gonna put so little ricotta, guys.
Oh, there's our niece, Maria.
Maria.
Ciao, Maria.
Maria, ma a te io non dormo.
Yeah, 3 in the morning
Mamma mia.
or something like that. 4.
Ma che dicevo? You saying?
Maria?
Oh no.
She's just saying
I was
hello.
talking about,
We were talking
ricotta.
about Basil, Norma.
Yeah,
and
ricotta, you don't have to put a lot of ricotta.
Ricotta salata.
Just put a little bit, you know. I'll show you, just put little chops of it. Maybe a spoon at the very most. Or you can put a half a spoon, you know, just a little bit, just to give a little bit of color to the tomato sauce, just mild it, just kind of makes everything come together better. It's more, a little more thick.
Yeah, ricotta is beautiful in desserts, as Luigi is commenting. He puts it in a cake, a lemon ricotta.
Oh, ricotta, Luigi made it today.
Yeah.
Luigi ha fatto la cassata no, la cassata al forno con la ricotta. Because in Sicily we use a lot of ricotta, we make cassata siciliana, we do cassata al forno, and Luigi maybe make it for us, and then show you the
Secret recipe.
The secret recipe.
We're going to feature Luigi next week on the blog. He says yes.
Okay, I just shake the eggplants, guys. That's the way I shake it.
Shake
You
it,
guys
shake
can
it.
shake it the way you want to shake it. I shake it this way. Tomato is there. I say it's 6:49, right?
6:49.
So in 2 minutes, I'll put the pasta. Okay, so give myself that 10 minutes more, and everything is ready to play. So not a lot of work, guys. This is, I mean, if you're come from work, you know, I want to take out. This is faster to do a takeout, order food, and it's something that normally you would have at home. I mean, you buy a few cans of tomato. You always have olive oil. You always have garlic. You always have pasta. You know, Parmesan cheese doesn't go bad. You know, it can stay for a month. Honestly, it actually it aged better. Ricotta, you put it, you don't put it. If you don't have it, no video. So, but this is eggplants. Make it to make it Norma. If you have it, put it in there. Otherwise, just tapas and tomato. That's what my mom used to do. 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pasta and tomato.
But you guys even did, a lot of times it's your starter, right? You start with that.
Or you start tomato, pasta and
Yeah.
tomato, then you go to the second, you know, with the chicken, not chicken.
Not usually
maybe
chicken.
once a week too.
Fish should be for
Some
whatever.
salad, some ham,
Yeah.
some cheese, maybe some mozzarella. Good stuff.
Kathy noticed that Bianco had a comment. He has lots of comments.
Bianco is so.
He thinks he's the star of
Bye
the show.
guys, so I'm gonna put the pasta. So let's go over the pasta to make pasta, guys. I know this everybody knows, but just in case, water has to be boiling. Don't put cold water and pasta together ever. Pasta water has to boil. If it doesn't boil, do not put the pasta. Put a good amount of salt. This is about probably a couple of spoons for a half a pot. Maybe 1 spoon. Put 1 spoon, then try the pasta. That's fine.
Why don't you tell that trick that you taught me, that sometimes you reserve a little pasta water on the side in case whatever you're making is... I think that's a good one because I
Pasta
didn't know
itself,
that.
once you cook it, it releases the what is it release?
Starch.
The starch. Some starch release. So you have a natural broth
Butta
starch
la pasta.
that you can use.
Luigi says.
Butta la pasta.
Butta
That's
la
what
pasta.
butto. That's what we say. Butta la pasta means butta la pasta che sto arrivando. You say, when you leave the office, you call your wife
Start the
and
pasta.
say, wife, butta
Oh
la
my
pasta.
goodness.
So throw the pasta because I'm coming.
Oh my goodness, the little woman at home.
In
huh?
10 minutes,
Oh,
because
boy.
it's 10 minutes, right? From
In
the
my
office.
house, I call my husband. I say, "Put la pasta."
Qua sono. Two people. This is 1 pound, so this is good for 4 people. Shake it.
Shake it, shake it.
Don't forget the tomato sauce. Shake it. The same spoon is perfect. Now we're gonna babysit the pasta too. So now I got 3 things going. So this is so at about 7:02, this pasta is ready. Then we're gonna plate it with some ricotta and basil and Pungent cheese. So here, beautiful.
So if you were a slower cook like me, at this point you might be chopping the basil, you might be doing something like that. Marcello is super fast.
The basil, that's fine.
So
in this pasta, honestly, I won't even chop the basil.
you just tear it?
Rip it.
Just okay.
And just rip a few pieces to put on the plate. Ricotta, just put a couple of spoons, and then the cheese. Always best. Try not to buy the grated cheese, because the different in flavor that this gives makes a big difference.
Yes, and Italian. Luigi says imported Italian
imported
cheese.
Always.
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese, never local. But not because local here. Local doesn't matter if you're in Holland, in France, doesn't matter.
Only
Italian.
from Italy.
From Italy.
Luigi, are we going too fast? Hold on 1 second. Are we going too fast, Luigi? He says cooking fast. Okay, keep talking, baby. Sorry. We're trying to slow it down so that if people are cooking with us, it's easy to keep
like
up.
we say earlier, where it wasn't here, buy a good tomato sauce, because at least know that it's Italian brand, and these are easy to find. Cento is easy to find. Mutti, easy to find. Pomi, maybe there's a couple of Buitoni, Barilla, if they have it. But don't buy the one that's already pre-mixed. It's just you really ingredient. There is no olive oil, there's no salt, there's no pepper, there's nothing, there's no oregano for sure. It's just tomato.
Just straight tomato. That's important. It's not a sauce. It's a straight tomato.
You're making here your tomato. Now,
Yes.
guys, do not put oregano in the tomato sauce. Oregano and tomato sauce is great for certain dishes. Pizza, or if you're cooking some type of meat, like red meat and you have tomato sauce, oregano is good in it. You don't put that in fish?
Oh, no.
Never. Then you put parsley.
These are all the things I learned.
Do and don't. Because you do that to Italian guy, you put oregano on the fish, tomato sauce, you give him a
What
heart
are you
attack.
doing? What are you
You
doing?
give him a heart attack. Mix it. You guys don't forget to mix your stuff. So basically, so no oregano. Oregano, leave it alone. Oregano for other stuff. There's great use for oregano, but no. Most pasta dishes that I can think right now, and I'm probably wrong, but most of them don't require oregano. And we use a lot of oregano. I use a lot of it, but it's not in pasta. It's a lot of chicken and meat and pizza. Yeah, if you make tomato sauce and pizza, then definitely use oregano. But that's the only way.
Yes, Kathy, Parmigiano Reggiano is the best. Luigi also says no cheese on fish, as long as we're on rules.
No, Luigi.
Yes,
No
you're
cheese on fish. Most of you guys know already. But it's never cheese on
So
fish.
if it's a seafood pasta, if it's anything like no cheese, no cheese.
No cheese. Don't put cheese. Cheese is for other stuff. No. Okay, so we're just waiting.
We're just waiting right
Everything
now.
is really easy.
We're gonna
Just
start.
easy.
We're gonna start putting together some jokes or something.
Oh.
Kathy appreciates being schooled on the oregano. Who will you not date, Luigi? The girl that puts oregano on something, or the girl that puts cheese on fish? Luigi says, "I will not date her." Kathy says, "Wow,
That's
being
it?
schooled on oreganos."
Well, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that decide to put oregano. I see oregano the salad that, like you get friends, they ask, how you make
Cheese and
this?
fish.
I make it, and then I say, yeah, I did it too. I put some oregano in there, and so I put this, and I put that. Okay, all of a sudden we start covering flavors. Okay, spices are great, but they're not supposed to cover flavors of basic ingredients. They're supposed to enhance it.
I think this is enhance it. You're so American, babe. I think this is one of the things I learned when I went to Tuscany for the first time, was that there were just a few little flavors in everything. And then, of course, I think that's true throughout Europe, and then I think, throughout Italy, and I think especially in Southern, I think you even have more rules about things to combine or not combine.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules in Italy on what you combine. Now, and the reason is because, look, there's 3 ingredients here pretty much. So there is rules, because if you put a different ingredient, it might mess it all up. Then you have to add 10 more to mellow everything down. So keep it simple. It's always better. No butter. Even though I give you a trick, I'll tell you a trick. Sometimes restaurants put butter in the tomato sauce.
That's naughty.
I say it.
Yeah.
It's naughty, but it works.
And it's cheating, right?
It's
it's kind of totally
pure cheating. That's just pure cheating, but you know what?
It's yummy.
It's yummy. You're not gonna say it's not yummy. I'm not gonna say, it doesn't work. It just, makes it definitely more rich. A lot of restaurants do that for that reason.
Yeah.
And you can see it. I can see it. I can taste it. Because all of a sudden the flavor is very yummy.
Yeah.
And the color is a little more pinkish. They would never admit it. Ever. I know.
Ever.
But it's okay. I mean, on the real ragu bolognese, is actually there is butter in it. Can you believe that?
And bolognese, there's butter?
Ragu bolognese, you're supposed
I
to
didn't
put a
know
little
that.
butter in it. So, hey.
Colette says, this is pretty simple. She says, I like it. And Colette, I want to tell you, that's one of the things that I love about Italian cuisine. True Italian cuisine is simple with just a few really high quality ingredients. And to me, it just is the best way to cook and the best way to eat. Also the healthiest, usually. Luigi, do you want Marcello to sing? He wants somebody to sing.
Oh, that's Lisa's.
I don't know,
You want to sing, baby?
There's some people that are on this broadcast that have heard you sing before. Kathy, at her karaoke machine. Yeah.
No, it's horrible. It's not really better at it.
I have to practice,
funny
Luigi.
because my Marcello thing on Facebook.
It said you could sing. Can't sing.
I can't sing. And it's true. Sorry guys to disappoint you, but I
You don't get to have all the talents, babe. Only some of them.
Oh guys, look at that. Here, come here, baby. See already?
Oh, it's perfect.
Almost
Amazing.
done. Yeah. So that's how I like this air fryer. Very little oil. It doesn't stink the whole kitchen.
C'è la luna mezzo un mare. Or ovolare.
Volare.
Oh, cantare. Oh. That's all we got.
Blue. Okay.
Blue, blue, blue.
So I think we almost. Okay, one thing that is always recommended. Okay, this is really hard. It's recommended to taste the pasta for the salt. Okay.
Little bite.
That's fine. If
So-
it tastes nothing, like very and then you have to put salt. If it's like too much salt, and then you screw. Pretty much.
Nothing you can do to
Well,
recover. What can you
yes,
recover?
There is recover. There's a way to recover. On a sauce with too much salt, you put a potato in it. Potato roast salt.
Ah.
So,
A raw potato?
yeah.
Okay. And
Peel
for how
it,
long? Just let
Peel
it.
it and put it in there. Let it cook with it. It will absorb
It will absorb the salt.
some of the
Okay.
salt. In a pasta, it's too quick. So you're done. You finish. There's only 1 or 2 minutes left. What you do is you strain it and you rinse it.
That's the only time, though, right? That's important. You don't usually want to rinse your pasta. That's a
Never.
misperception that many people think.
No, never. Pasta has to keep its own, what do you call it?
Okay.
What do you say
Oh,
earlier?
the colander, the drainer, the.
No, the water and the pasta makes just the sauce. And the yeast, the
Starch?
starch.
Okay.
Not really starch. See, it's got a starch. The pasta's got a starch. You have to leave it. You have
Oh
to.
no, last sound? I turned off. Well, hold on one sec while we have a pause. So Kathy knows about the butter trick, but now she knows she can't get away with that with us.
Sadly, Kathy.
And now you're caught, you're busted. Galette potatoes. Yes, a potato in the sauce will pull out too much salt.
Any sauce.
Any sauce, he says. So crazy, right? Things you learn in a kitchen.
It's a few tricks. Look how nice this tomato sauce is getting. Stick up a little bit. No, it's not on a high fire. It's a medium low, kind of low. Actually, it's on low right now.
It smells amazing.
This is for 2 of us anyway. I didn't put the full can of tomatoes, but it's pretty much ready. Okay, we're just waiting on the pasta right now. Pasta, guys, has to be al dente, and you know what al dente means. Means it's
Literally means to the tooth.
If the packet say 8 minutes, it means 8 minutes. Okay, it's very easy. 99% of the packet have it. I can't read this because I don't have my glasses. I can't see nothing. But I can feel it. It's easier for me. But and this is cooking a little more than 8 minutes, of course.
Hey Jen. Jen Singer joined us.
Okay.
Yeah, don't overcook the pasta. That's the biggest one.
We're pretty much ready. Okay. Let me make sure we're ready. This pasta is still a little. Questa è la pasta cornuta, they call it. Cornuta. Luigi, you understand?
Luigi understands that. I understand that. It means stubborn, basically, but it's kind of a naughty word. But it means stubborn.
Well, sometimes you got the stubborn pasta cornuta, and you just cook it more. That's good. But other than that, I think I'm gonna just switch it off. I think I'm done with the eggplants.
Luigi says si rompe.
Si rompe.
Si rompe. Facilmente.
If si rompe means we break it.
You break it. Okay. Colette, yes, you've got the best teachers. Our grandma and your dad, my uncle. Amazing, both of them.
Now, I didn't use any oil. No, I used 2 spoons of oil.
Yeah.
Eggplants came out great.
I love it because if you look, guys, it's not oily, it's not greasy, but it obviously has enough oil to make it delicious. But yeah, it makes me happy. Okay.
Okay. Well, you know what? Here, switch off the pasta. You know what we're gonna do? Even if it's not completely cooked, we're gonna finish it on the tomato sauce.
So this is another trick. I don't know about this. What are you doing here? You're finishing off
normally
the pasta?
you just drain the pasta and just throw it in there. Now what we're gonna do is, I didn't cook a lot of tomato sauce, just made for 2 people. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take the pasta, mix it together with the tomato sauce, okay? It's always recommended that you do that. You'll always recommend that you do that. It we call mantecare.
Say again?
Mantecare.
Mantecare. What does
It's
that mean?
basically you are finished to cook the pasta with the sauce that you are using, whatever you're using, and you finish to cook the pasta in the sauce.
Thanks for spelling it, Luigi. I can always pronounce it better when I see the spelling.
And all you do, if the pasta get dry, whatever sauce, doesn't matter what sauce you have. It could be cheesy sauce, no sauce, white sauce, black, red, blue. If it's getting dry, all you do is put a little bit of water, okay? And you continue to cook it.
That was one of the things I was mentioning earlier that I learned from Marcello, is to keep some of your pasta water. Because if something's dry or it's not quite coming together right, you can add a little bit of that pasta water and it's perfect.
I'll take the garlic away, okay guys?
Tammy wants to eat the eggplant right now. Yes, Tammy, it's so good when it comes out of the air fryer. We love it. Yeah, the starch water, Luigi.
Alright guys, so Pasta looks pretty much ready. Tomato, look at that, it's perfect, right? Mix it together.
Our cat quite literally does not care that he is part of the production. He thinks it's really all about him and he likes to lay in the middle of the floor. Sorry, I just had to take a quick break and show you because it's so funny.
Okay guys, so a little bit of tomato sauce, little Parmesan cheese, Parmigiano, put it in there. Can put a little bit more on the
We're getting to the grand finale. Kathy, that's right. And yes, John, you should buy your wife an air fryer. It's a worthy present. You'll be rewarded.
We're gonna plate it.
Sentu I Chioguru.
Sento Shavo.
Shavura.
This is a Sicilian dialect.
Oh, that's dialect, okay.
Means I can smell it.
Okay.
Sento Shavo.
I have no chance of understanding when you guys speak dialect.
Hi guys. So, now, the easiest part.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get in here so you guys can see.
Hi guys.
Oh, that air fryer is bomb. Everybody's commenting on how great their air fryer is.
Great.
Best tool ever.
Okay, I'm hungry. Hi guys.
Okay.
So pasta and tomato is ready. Now you could use it, just put some more Parmesan cheese in here, but we have a beautiful eggplants, some ricotta, so it's good. I'll use my hands a little bit, but okay guys. That's it.
Looks delicious and beautiful, Luigi says. Everybody thinks it looks great. Colette. Oh, Kathy had an orange pinot salad from one of our other shows at lunch today. She said it was terrific. Oh, Luigi says, "Hey, io."
Hey, yo.
Drive by. We didn't make enough, Luigi. Next time we'll make an extra.
I love eggplants, guys.
Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Wow.
Okay. Basil.
Tell me about that. I know you've done it before, and you've told me, but you clapped the basil. What's that about?
You do it also for drinks. I used to make drinks before.
Yeah, he was a bartender before.
In Spain.
In London. Oh, in Spain?
In Spain, yeah.
Okay.
So what you do is, you just, by hitting it, all of a sudden it just...
Release the flavor.
Release the flavor.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
So I love basil, guys. So to me, put as much as you want.
Too.
It's just yummy.
Never enough basil.
Okay. Then if you want to make it really good looking, just
garnish with a little basil in the middle. Yeah, sure, why not? Spank basil to release the flavor. Yeah, that's what Kathy says. Lincha, yes, it's so good. I wish you were here. You and Michael. He's a great chef too. Okay, so should we turn this around and say goodbye? Is there anything else you have to say about this, babe?
No, I'm starving, so we're gonna eat it. If you want, put a little more Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
Go for it. Remember, we use the ricotta and Parmesan cheese. You can do just ricotta salata, which is a specific type of
hard cheese, yeah.
Cheese, and you don't put any ricotta. So then you will put a little more. Then you put a little more. You make sure you put a little more. Because if it's a little mix, I didn't want to overwhelm it. So you put a little bit of ricotta, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and it's done. And this is pasta alla Norma.
Buon appetito, Luigi. Ci vediamo presto. Thank you, guys. I'm going to turn this around so we can say goodbye to you together. It was fun to be with you and cook.
Bye, guys.
Maybe next time I'll make something too.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in.
That's a good idea. Good
Buon appetito. Bye. Mwah.